Alright guys, welcome to another data download video. As always, we're on the legend that is Proton's Twitter. So as always, I will leave the link down in the description if you do want to check him out, if you do want to drop him a follow. In this data download, we have got the app update of 5.28, and we're also getting an update to the How the Last Tri-Beam event, which is the event that you are able to grind the Prime Battle LR Tien from. We're getting a category bonus to that because he'll be getting an EZA very soon. We're getting stage 6 to the support memory boost. We're also getting the exceptionally skilled professional, which is the Tau event where you'll be able to acquire the column, the pillar item, to then exchange it into the barber shop to pick up stones. I highly suspect you'll also be able to get other resources as well, but those are the main ones. We're also getting stage 13 of Dragon Ball Daima, which means we're finally getting Goma's boss asset being added to the game. So that leaves me to ask you guys the question: will we be seeing Daima content in the game very soon? Is the Global Dokkan campaign in literally a month's time gonna be somewhat themed around Daima whatsoever? Are we finally going to be getting adult SSJ3 Vegeta? We finally going to be getting Super Saiyan 4 Goku or adult Goku? We finally going to be getting Dooku or Goma? Is it finally going to happen? Because we have all the story event assets and we're still yet to touch upon absolute peak when it comes to Daima content. We're going to be getting the Million Arena qualifying and also the Million Arena single match. Of course, a couple days ago we did get the news that we'll be getting the Million event, where you can essentially compete against other players' scores and ranks and see how you can compete or have a single match version in a tournament format. So this is going to be the online one. This is going to be the one you play essentially against yourself. And of course, we've got the standard stuff that do come in these data downloads, like treasure items, like tickets, like event titles or event keys and unique titles. I ended up combining them together. But here's the Goma, the third eye Goma. So we have a Goma asset that is in the game, a sprite that will be in the game that you face in the stage 16 against the enemy Goma. And we also have a free-to-play card art of that asset, that scripted asset, that scripted event. So are we finally maybe going to see some Daima content now that we finally basically reached the ending of Daima in the free-to-play Daima event we have in the game? So here is the last Tri-Beam, the way you can acquire the Prime Battle LR Tien. I said he'll be getting an EZA, hence the category bonus for Earthlings being added to help you grind that. And then stage 16, which is the first friend. So here is the support memory boost for this support memory specifically. At level 5, for the first 3 turns of battle, attack, defense, and crit rate of all allies in the boys/girls or android category are increased by 18%. And if there are 2 or more allies in the boys or best friends category on the team, attack and defense of all allies are increased by 8% once only. Not a bad support memory boost. Not the best, but not too bad. To be fair, androids does need quite a lot of help anyway. Then, I said we are getting the brand new event, which will only have one stage, which is the exceptionally skilled professional. And that's where you can grind the item, the pillar, the column, to then take those into the barber shop and then trade them for stones and probably other items, other resources. Here is the next stage 13, also for Dragon Ball Daima as well. This looks pretty crazy. As a background, as a stage, I can't lie, this looks pretty mad. I think they've done a very good job for this as well. Here is also the stage 1, which is the preliminary for the Million Arena qualifying. And then we have the exact same thing for stage 1 why do I struggle to say that word? Preliminary, got there in the end, for the single match version of Million Arena. These are literally going to be coming out tomorrow, or probably tonight for a lot of you who are elsewhere in the world. But for me, it'll be early hours, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So of course, we'll be covering content on that. And then here is the Broken Pillar treasure item, which we can trade at the barber shop to pick up stones. And as I said, more than likely, we'll be able to probably trade it for other resources. Probably Zenny, probably Kai's, you know, standard things like that as well. And then we're also going to be getting the special gacha ticket number 4. So whoever the part 2 LR is going to be, which it does look like potentially based off of Tien getting the EZA on his Prime Battle LR, maybe Saiyan Saga could be for part 2, and we could see like an LR Nappa, maybe even Raditz. Maybe they could justify and, you know, redeem themselves for what they did with the Fizz Dokkan Fest. Maybe it could be Saiyan Saga, maybe not. Who knows what that gacha ticket will end up being for. But of course, you can use it on the part 2 LR for some free summons, which we all do like. And then here's the event keys for the semi-final, which of course, once you clear the preliminaries and then the first stage or the first round, or however you want to phrase it, of the Million Arena, if you do rank high enough, essentially, you will then get this special key, which is very similar to the Kai event, which you can then take into the Portal of Memories, which will essentially allow you access into the semi-finals of the Million Arena. And the same can also be said, but as Proton says here, not in the database yet, but presumably the key to the Million Arena final as well will also be added once you perform the semi-final event as well. Hopefully you guys do well. Let me know if you're going to be attempting the online, offline, or both. And then you can acquire unique titles as well. You've got the first rookie fighter, which clear all the unique title challenge missions in the qualifying stage or the first Million Arena single match. And then you have another one, which is the unique title for first qualifier. Enter the top 100,000 players in the first Million Arena and pass the qualifying round. I think these are pretty cool. I think these are pretty sick to have, especially this one, because of course this puts you in a bracket of players. The top 100,000 actually made it through, so I think this is pretty sick. Design choice wise, I prefer this. I like the kind of Kaioken colors. Not that it's probably meant to be that, but it looks like Kaioken aura with the bronzy effect. But this one's pretty cool to have as a novelty. And then we have the standard stuff like scripted event assets, which again, we're getting on when it comes to the Daima event. We've got Third Eye Goma, SSJ3 Daima Goku, SSJ3 Do. You know, we've pretty much gone through the whole of Daima in this story event. We've got a scripted event background for when Goku fights Goma. Are we finally, fingers crossed as well, are we finally going to have some actual Daima content come to Dokkan? Some premium Daima content. Whether that maybe is a red zone, just another form of difficult content, but more importantly, some summonable units. I want to see some SSJ3 Daima Gokus, SSJ4 Daima Goku in Dokkan and Goma, Doos and Coos. We still have a lot of stuff to cover, and hopefully we see it in Dokkan soon, and we can start summoning for them absolute peak moments. So we have some decently spread content. You know, we're getting the support memory boost stage on the 12th. Well, specifically for me, so in literally only a couple days time, we're getting the exceptionally skilled professional, which you should be grinding this event so you can be exchanging those broken pillars for as many stones as you possibly can. Make sure you're building that stone count up for next month when we do get the global Dokkan campaign. That's literally coming tomorrow, so make sure you're on that. You know, we're getting the stage 13 for the Dragon Ball Daima event on the 13th. We're getting the Million Arena for the qualifying and also the preliminary match as well for the single match literally tomorrow as well. You can let me know down in the comments where you'll be aiming for those when it comes to the online side of things, or maybe you're aiming to get into the top bunch of players as well. And of course, don't forget with the gacha tickets, this does have an expiration date of 30, so these will most likely come during the middle of the month, of course, where we have the first special Dokkan day, which happens on the 15th, and then should be near around about the time we also have the part 2 LR banner is out. So let me know you think who is going to be the part 2 LR for that. Do you think it's going to be Saiyan Saga? Do you think it's going to be like a Nappa, a Raditz, maybe one of the Earthlings like Krillin, maybe a, you know, actual summonable Tien? Let me know down in the comments, or you think it's going to be something else. But I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.